Good evening and welcome to another episode of GPL1 with an ostomy. I had to look up the name because y'all know yesterday I was fumbling and bumbling with the name. Couldn't even remember what I named it. Where's my cane? Oh, here it is. Y'all don't want to go into a panic. Okay, real quick, this is going to be a short video. Just wanted to give you an update. Remember I was telling you I would update you if something come up. Well, I went to go get my blood pressure medication today, and I asked to speak to the pharmacist. Actually, I had one question for her that I forgot to ask my doctor on yesterday, and it was crazy, okay? I should have, that was the first question I had written down. And so the question I needed to ask was, okay, since the ostomy, doesn't absorb and all that stuff, when I eat, will the food run through quickly or what? And they said no. She said basically, she said because the medication will slow my stomach, it won't come through my ostomy as quickly as it normally would. She said so. She said that'll be it, but I don't have to worry about getting backed up or anything, although I do still need to take the fiber. So I'm glad to know that. And I will be doing a consultation at the time that I pick up the medication. Question number 2, did that heifer submit my prescription? She did. Okay, and it was done correctly. So, because she looked at it, she said everything is correct. And I knew, now I talked to a man pharmacist before, but this one was the lady pharmacist. And I knew what the man told me. The man said that if the prescription is submitted correctly, that's all that the doctor has to do. They do the rest. They submit everything to Medicare. See, because what they have to do is, first of all, in order to qualify, I forgot because I was telling you what conditions you need, BMI and all that, to qualify. If you have a BMI of 35 or higher, you automatically qualify. And then if you have a BMI lower than 35, it could go anywhere from 20 to 34. I mean, not 20, 27 to 34, but you have to have a pre-existing condition such as heart failure, prior heart attack. It's a whole list of things that must have happened. Sleep apnea, hyperlipidemia, all that stuff. Okay, so I don't know. My BMI probably is 35. I'm not sure. It may not be. But the point is, for anybody to qualify, this is the catcher to this. You have to have Medicare Part D. I do have Medicare Part D, so that's why I feel that I'll probably qualify. But now, one lady on today in the Zepbound group that I belong to, she said that she was denied. She said because she has sleep apnea, and that's her only comorbidity. I don't think there's anything else that's wrong with her, and her BMI fell under 35. And so what happened is her insurance actually pays for the medication, but her copay is like $550 a month. Well, she's trying to get on the Medicare Bridge program where her copay would only be $50 a month. But they denied her because she's already insured and covered for the medicine. So I asked about that. I know I'm not covered because although I'm pre-diabetic, which is also a qualifier, I'm not diabetic. If I were diabetic, I would have qualified for it back in November. And no telling what my copay would have been. And that would have knocked me out of this. So that's why I'm thanking God, okay? I'm glad that I waited those months because if I would have been able to get it back in November, I would have jumped on it, but no telling what my copay would have been. And then I would have been stuck with that because if I were diabetic and had qualified, and it would have been for the Ozempic, and I guess all the rest of them, because there's only 3 covered on with the bridge thing, but I wouldn't have been able to switch or anything because of the simple fact I would have qualified back then, and I would have qualified due to the diabetes, if I had diabetes. And although I have sleep apnea, Zepbound wasn't even covered through my insurance. It was just the Ozempic. And so therefore, that wouldn't even have made a difference. So anyway, I'm just glad it landed the way that it did. My best chances of being covered is now. So with that said, I asked the pharmacist, okay, so how long does it take? They said, well, for a lot of people, they're, waiting on their doctors or waiting on appointments. She said, since your prescription is submitted, she said, at the soonest, you'll get it on Tuesday. She said, and at the latest, 7 days. So she said it was submitted on yesterday. So the lady did it yesterday. She submitted it right away. So yesterday was Thursday. She said at the latest next Thursday. She's like, we will know when you're approved within 72 hours. So and she said, we've already submitted. She's like, we did, the paperwork is done, or whatever it is they do on the computer or whatever, they have done it. And she said it was submitted on today. So the clock is ticking. So 24 hours will be tomorrow, unless they don't count weekends. Now, maybe that's not counted. And then, but when she said the soonest will be Tuesday, well, it doesn't matter, because if the soonest is Tuesday, that means they look at it over the weekend. If the latest is Thursday, that means that they won't look at it until Monday, and then Thursday is when they'll know. So, and she said that would be the latest. She was like, no prescription has gone for a qualifier has gone beyond 7 days. She said, and for those who don't qualify, she said, and we haven't had too many. She's like, maybe 1 or 2 who did not qualify. And they let you know immediately. So I guess as soon as they look at it, they know, or they can pull up whether or not they have Part D. And usually that's what knocks a lot of people out of it. So anyway, so I'll either know Tuesday or I'll know Thursday. So I'll keep you updated. But even if I pick up the medicine on Tuesday or Thursday, I will not be starting it right away. I'm prepping. Let me tell y'all, remember I was telling y'all I was going to get the electrolytes and the protein powder unflavored? When I bought my big thing of protein powder that's in there now, but it needs to be tossed because I bought it in 2021, so I know it's expired. In fact, even if it's not expired, I want it fresh. So therefore, that's being tossed. And it's like it's a little less than half of jug, and it's the big giant one. I remember paying like $19.99 for that big giant whey non-flavored protein. Guess how much that mess costs now? And I bought it from the vitamin shop in 2021. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 years ago, I bought it. Guess how much that mess is now? It went from $19.99, what I paid for it, to $100 for that size. Heck to the gnaw. So I'm looking on Amazon. I'm looking everywhere to see if I can find it cheaper. Now, I'm not even fooling with the vitamin shop. They're just too darn high. So I am going to be on Amazon or somewhere else buying what I need online. The doggone hydration packs, like the Element and these other brands that I've never heard of, the minimum price is $20 and you only get 12 packs in there. So you put a pack to your cup of water. So therefore, I would be going through 2 packs a day. I'm not getting ready to spend no $40 a week on that. So I saw on Amazon, and it was another site I looked at where they sell like these, think of the old Kool-Aid. Remember the Kool-Aid jugs that you used to get in the big can, the big size? They came in a size container like that, which will last a while. Now those were like $19. I don't mind, because something like that would last me, with me doing the protein every single day, and the scoops are fairly small, and it's for 30 grams of protein, unflavored. They all were unflavored. Those were like $19. But I'm still going to look on Amazon, eBay, and other, places too for the powder. And you never know, might be able to find it at a local, health food place, such as, I think we still have a GNC, but it's in Rochester. But I don't mind driving if I can get it cheaper. I'll check Walmart. I did check Walmart.com, and they were fairly cheap, but I will check Walmart itself, the actual store, to see if they carry it. Okay, Myers, I checked today. I was looking around and I didn't see unflavored, but they had other proteins. But now what I found there was that they had a protein aisle at the store. I had never even paid attention to it, where they have a whole section where they sell protein type foods like cereals and all this. So I actually bought my first protein item. It's actually a cereal, but I have eaten granola before, like granola bars, and and I used to buy remember years ago they used to have the granola cereal in the box. It was nothing but the granola, like for the granola bar. So I bought this for a snack. So it has 13 grams of protein per, hold on, where's my Magoo's? Let's see, per 2/3 cup serving. So I have to pull out my measuring cup to see what 2/3 is. So that would give me 13 grams. So if I do a third cup or something like that, if we cut that in half, then we would be looking at 6.5 grams of protein. So for a snack, every number counts. So this is specifically for snacks. They had different flavors. They're in little clusters. And also, although it's a cereal, it's also, you know, it will serve as protein. And this was on sale. They had this is the family size. The regular size, which wasn't even half this size, was $4.49. But the family size was on sale. So I paid $5.50 for this at Myers. So I was like, let me go on and grab this and be done with it. So I have it. And I may get some more, or if it goes on sale again. They had other protein items, but I didn't buy anything else on today. I didn't want to, you know, just start buying stuff willy-nilly. I was able to get like some salad dressing. I went, you know, sugar-free and all that stuff. You know, I got the healthy stuff because I'm trying to build up. I bought some, and I know it's only for the summer because, you know, a lot of these different flavors are temporary. Well, I didn't stock up, but I bought two. I bought two French's honey mustard because I never see that. And I bought a French's, it's a maple mustard. I know it's sweet and we're not supposed to have sugar, but the sugar amount probably is small to where I can use that as some sort of dipping sauce because that's what I bought it for. And I just put that in my preps. So like if I'm eating chicken because when I have chicken, if it doesn't have barbecue, I have to have some source of salt, especially on turkey, because I don't really eat turkey, although I like it. But turkey to me is too dry. Chicken breasts are too dry. I like the dark meat. So more than likely, I'm going to be dealing with the thighs only, and perhaps a wing or whatever. But wings are small, so I'll probably go with the thigh. And I'll use that, the boneless thigh, like I would a breast. But I can stomach a breast and I can stomach turkey if I have something to dip it in to make it moist. So I'm going to have to do that in order to get my protein in. So that's just my food protein. And then I'll be using the shakes, the protein. Well, I'll be adding protein like to anything I eat. I'll add that protein powder. That's what I did before. And I was able to, I didn't always hit my mark of getting 100 a day, but I know I got at least 80 a day because I would make sure that I ate everything, you know, with the protein, the meats and stuff. And I would count and log, which I will do this time. And then it's like when I shopped, I made sure that there were proteins and fiber. And I didn't mention that yesterday, but someone who saw the video brought it to my attention about fiber being important. And that is so true. And so I would always look at protein first, you know, water second, hydration, and then fiber third. You want your fiber. So me, you know, I'll go with the fiber, but I don't think I'll need as much as others because of the ostomy. We'll see. Because I never get backed up. I can eat as much cheese as I want and all that, although I won't be able to do it now because, you know, that will fill me up too quick. But at least before, where I couldn't eat cheese, because y'all know that cheese will stop you up, it doesn't bother me now. Oh, shoot, I'd be tearing up my Gouda cheese and all type of cheeses. And that's probably another reason why I'm as big as a bush and 2 trees, okay? Because of that. not to mention all the butter, because I have a stockpile of butter because it went on sale. Every time it would go on sale, I would buy it. So now I have to think, what am I going to do with this butter? It'll just stay in the freezer, you know. But because any oil that I use will probably be the olive oil. And since I get it straight from Italy and Greece, that's going to add flavor, and I know it'll be healthy for me and everything. So, and I won't be using much because you don't need much. So that's it. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling again, so I'm going to get off of here, and I will talk to you later. So that was today's update. So I'm getting my journal out tonight, and I'll be doing my measurements. I'm going to wait until the medicine is in my hand, and once they call and stuff like that. So I won't be back until I have the medication in my hand, because I've given you the update that I said I would give you, which is pre-journal. Once I have the medication, like I said, my starting date, I think I'm going to make my starting date August the 1st. I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. I still have some more preparations to do and whatnot. I want to get my foods straight. I want to be ready. I want to get my measurements. It's no rush. If I know that the medicine is here, then it's no big rush for me. I'm not going to just, do the shot and I'm not ready. So I want to be ready for it. So therefore, I'm setting a date, and it will probably be August the 1st. We'll go with the 1st of August, or whatever day. I already set my shot day. My shot day will be Wednesdays. I'm going midweek because they say a lot of people do it on Fridays. They said because people who work, they said because if it fatigues them or if they have any slight nausea, they have the weekend to recover. Well, I don't work, so I figure midweek is best for me. So if I'm having any type of side effects or if I'm extra tired, I have Thursday and Friday. I have no days that I'm working or anything. And then I will have Saturday and Sunday. I don't have to do it again till Wednesday. Then I have Monday and Tuesday. I should be okay. My only concern is being able to garden, and I'm quite sure I'll be able to do that. So anyway, so I'm looking at a date of, it'll be the first week in August that I plan to start, if, all goes well, and I'm praying. Okay, so I'm off of here, you guys. It's getting ready to rain again, as you can see. It did rain yesterday. We got a nice soaking. And so I'm happy for this rain because it just keeps my garden out there. I have tomatoes, cucumbers, Swiss chard, potatoes, green beans, peppers, eggplant, what else? Ooh, a few other things out there. I can't remember. But anyway, sweet potatoes, more peppers. Then I have a hodgepodge crate. I have my fruit bushes out here. I have French tarragon. I forgot about the keyhole garden. Fruit bushes, asparagus, all kind of stuff out there. So when it rains, that stuff does very, very, very well. And then in here, I have to still water. So anyway, I'm off of here. The temperature is steadily dropping. I feel the wind blowing, so it's getting ready to rev up out here. So I'm off of here, and I will see you next week sometime when the journey begins. So, Saranaya, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye, and welcome to anyone who has joined or watched this video. Anyone who has subscribed, rather, and have watched this video, because I saw that my last video, I think it got, last time I looked, which was earlier today, I saw that it had 13 views, so that's good. So anyway, hopefully there's more. So welcome to anyone who's viewing. Like I said, I'm not a big stickler on subscriptions and whatnot. I mean, you can subscribe, that would be wonderful. But if you don't, it won't hurt my feelings either. And you're free to comment. I left it open for people to comment and stuff, because everybody don't subscribe to every channel. Because that mess can build up quick. And so anyway, but I'm not trying to get monetized, so I don't have a mission with YouTube, and I prefer it that way, okay? I'm doing this as a novice, as a hobby, and to help others. So there should never be a charge or no one looking for monetary anything, to try to help others. So here we are. Okay, so I will talk to you later, and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.